Hey Aries, welcome to your twin flame reading. Here we're going to look into where you are at in your journey with your twin flame, also what is left to be healed within the journey, or maybe some of the healing that you've already completed. You'll kind of know which one that you have completed and which you still need to complete just based on what the cards say and what I'm saying. So just take whatever resonates with you, but also, achieving that external union that you want with your twin flame does require us to heal our internal world, right? It requires us to heal our internal feminine and masculine energies, our traumas, things like that, right? So this is all to help bring you guys closer, not only to yourself, but also, yes, to your divine counterpart. Okay, so let's get into it. So I've pulled a card and it says, "Take me home, pathway to true love." Okay, so right now, Aries, it feels like you and your twin flame, you both have been seeing a lot of 11s, a lot of 1s. So, if, especially if you have, this is certainly for you. It feels like to me, what Spirit is saying here is that you may have been on this journey for a while now, and you both are really, you both are really, had to go starting to understand what the purpose of meeting each other was. It feels like to me like you both didn't realize how much this person, your counterpart, was going to change your life. You may have thought, oh, this is just, another relationship, whatever, it's not really that big of a deal. But you guys have probably been through a lot. There's been a lot of hurt, there's been a lot of pain, there's been a lot of arguments. But this is the thing, now it's like you and your counterpart are both looking past that stuff that separates you, right? And at the end of the day, what used to be hurt and pain is now transforming into love and unconditional love for the other, right? And so Take Me Home is all about, your twin flame is meant to help you heal so that you can remember who you are, so that you can achieve that inner union first. And I'm not saying that you can achieve that outer union, but it's like the inner union is what really allows the energy of the external physical union to come forward, right? So that's where you guys are at. So that's, that's really beautiful. So let's have a look and see a little bit more. Okay, so where you're at, Aries, it looks like to me with that moon that right now there is a little bit of uncertainty, some uncertainty about the path ahead that may be with you and your twin flame. This isn't a bad thing, okay? Because, sometimes it's like we do need to when we're at the place of uncertainty of like, I don't know if we're going to be together again, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because really, that you've kind of let go of control when you do feel uncertain, but yet you can still find peace within yourself. Like, whether or not my twin flame comes back to me, I still kind of feel at peace, and I love them and I appreciate what has happened. And yeah, it's not all been butterflies and rainbows, but there has been a much deeper meaning. Okay, so Aries, you had to face illusions here, hidden fears, emotional confusion, a lot of emotional confusion that you may have been carrying in your subconscious, probably around, intimacy, relationships, commitment, some sort of fear of trust. There's been a lot of fears, okay, that you've had to work through in this connection. And right now it looks like to me like you do find the path ahead a little bit uncertain still. So there's still, I think, a little bit of healing left to do on that uncertainty. And what I mean by that is go into your heart, okay? And you might have fears pop up about your twin flame, and let them, keep feeling them through. It's not, the twin flame journey is not about ignoring our emotions. The twin flame journey is certainly about acknowledging our emotions and, not disregarding how we're feeling. So allow yourself to release what needs to be released, by feeling it, not being like, oh, I'm not scared, whatever, yeah, we're meant to be. But if you actually feel scared, sit with it, just sit with that emotion. And over time, you will start to feel that being released more and more. And it needs to be released so that you can come back to the truth, to your home, which is love in your heart. Okay, so here I am being shown, Aries, you may, you're still kind of, you had a tendency to maybe kind of really hold on to your pride, control issues, kind of outdated survival, things that keep you in survival mode, survival mechanisms is what I'm trying to say, right? Maybe even you had some impulsive behaviors, impulsive thoughts, maybe even just impulsivity in reacting to your twin flame before fully understanding the heart of the situation, right? I do see that there was some avoidance, okay? The Tower in reverse is about avoiding the internal work that we need to do, or avoiding some of these survival mechanisms that have kept us safe for so long. This is the thing with the Tower in reverse. The divine, you can only resist necessary transformation for so long. Listen, transformation is scary. Facing our demons, facing our shadows and our traumas is scary. It's not comfortable. This is the thing, Aries, you had to really learn in this connection to surrender, to those uncomfortable feelings, and not trying to stay in control by avoiding them. Okay, because I do see that in order for you to achieve that stable relationship, not only within yourself, but with your actual like twin flame in the physical, does require you to undergo these uncomfortable transformations, right? So ask yourself, where are you staying stuck in situations that aren't serving you, that aren't like good for you anymore? This, looking at your demons, is really brave, right? This is the thing. It's like that uncomfortable feeling doesn't always stay with you for long. The hardest part is just looking at it, facing it, and sitting with it, right? That alone is enough to get the ball rolling. So Aries, you may be resisting. Maybe you are at a place where you're tired and you want to stop being so, you might even be like, where can I just feel at peace? Do I have to keep doing this healing? Why do I have to feel so uncomfortable all the time? I just want to have can I just take 5? For sure, Aries, you can take 5, but ultimately, the more that you heal, the harder and harder it's going to get for you to resist what needs to be healed, right? So this is about really you surrendering control, letting go of impulsiveness, actions, or thoughts that kind of just essentially the spirit is saying, recognize that this is what is keeping you from transforming. Okay, so this is what you need to face: control, possessiveness, wanting to stay in control, let it go, surrender, face the demon. The Sun in reverse, okay, this here is showing me that, Aries, there's still a little bit of an inner child wound here, okay? Maybe shame, or self-worth that is kind of tied to being seen or accepted by your divine counterpart, okay? You've got spirit is saying, okay, so either you've kind of are starting to let go of like the shame, anxiety, mental confusion, mental loops over what happened between you and your twin flame. Certainly that's the 9 of Swords in reverse, but it looks like to me, especially with that Sun in reverse, that there's still a little bit more left to do when it comes to your own belief of how worthy you feel of love. Okay, shadow work. I love to do my shadow work. What you can do is write on a piece of paper, like, I let go of the pain of my parents maybe abandoning me emotionally as a child. Write down a full list of what you feel took you away from feeling like you are worthy of this beautiful love that has entered your life, aka your twin flame. Go outside, call upon Archangel Michael to cut the karmic and etheric cords, burn the piece of paper, and that's it. That's how you do shadow work. Now, yeah, it seems easy, but it's, it's going to feel uncomfortable after you've burned the piece of paper, because what shadow work does is it allows you to release what you have been holding onto in your unconscious or subconscious mind. You allow it to surface to your conscious mind. And so it allows you to re-feel all those feelings that you had when all these traumatic situations happened to you. But this is the thing, that's what facing our shadows does. We have to re-feel it, because then is when we can actually release it, and we no longer we no longer are holding it in, and we're no longer letting it be a part of our identity or who we are. Okay, so 9 of Pentacles, this is all about, Aries. The lesson here is learning to stand alone without needing external validation. Okay, so really separating true confidence from ego, or like any materialistic sort of items that you may have clung onto for security at some point. Right? This is about self-worth, independence, being whole without all the recognition, essentially. I do see, Aries, that you may have had a fear of things not working out, a fear of failure. Okay, so this whole journey for you, Aries, a really big part of it has been learning self-worth without, having all these things and all this stuff, because maybe there's even a part of you that's like, my twin flame will only want me when I am fully secure and I fully, you know, I'm stable financially, this and that. I'm fully like healed and I'm like perfect. This is the thing. Your twin flame does not require you to be perfect, and the divine does not require twin flames and their counterparts to be perfect. It's just about being real. It's about being true, because your twin flame already loves you for who you are. Okay? So Aries, this is about you needing to learn to not tie yourself and your worth to anything external. Okay, so Aries, sorry, I know this might all sound negative, but what I'm really trying to do for you guys here is to tell you the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, because I believe in truth. This is where real healing begins, okay? And you can heal from all this stuff. This is not something that you have to hold on to. This is just to help you go a little bit deeper. So third-party situations, distraction, energy, Aries, you, again, because of maybe this abandonment wound or not feeling worthy, you may have chosen other people, distraction, you know, being like, well, I can get over my twin flame. I can get over this person. There's a deeper meaning here. Okay, if you are distracting yourself with other people, you're probably telling yourself, I can move on from this person. I can find this love somewhere else. No, listen, no, you can't, Aries. You have one twin flame in your life, and that is your divine counterpart. So there's no one else that will be able to replace your twin flame. Okay, because I see here that you try to distract yourself as a way to sort of avoid your twin flame, avoid the love. But I also see here, Aries, that there could have been a third-party situation when you and your twin flame were together. So I see that you guys are in separation, right? And so it's like you may be feeling like I missed out being with my twin flame even because I wasn't ready, or because I was chasing something else, right? So Aries, where are you distracting yourself from your twin flame, that true love that resides within you? Okay, you still have hope, Aries. This is about the stars, about healing, hope, finding your place in the world. Okay, there's this one bright star that's you finding your place among all the other stars. And this Page of Swords, okay, this is you. You are definitely in a place where you are seeking some sort of truth, or your understanding of this connection is becoming a lot more clear to you. So Aries, I think the biggest lesson in here was you had to kind of like learn discernment. Where are you settling? Where are you missing real love, and by getting stuck in temporary pleasure or fear? Okay, this all was for you to awaken to your true path. But Aries, you can have your twin flame and you guys can be very happy. It's just that you had to be willing to speak and act from the truth, right? So Aries, that's what I got for you. I do hope that was helpful. I also do twin flame readings. I have one myself, so I really, really understand this journey. If you guys do want that and you're interested, you can click the link below to my website and book a reading. But if not, no pressure, and sending you light and love, Aries.